one of the biggest mistakes that most of my clients make is, okay, so they understand their audience and what the pain points are, and they create ebooks and case studies and white papers and webinars. Gated, 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 gated. I'm going to make you register for all this stuff. I have lots of great information, but you have to give me a little bit of information before I give you information at all. And increasingly, the research is showing, and we've got research from the tech buyer journey specifically that says that it's kind of a turnoff, right? With all the information available online, offline, social, messaging, whatever, we can get the information that we're looking for without having to fill out a registration form if we don't want to for that company. And so if somebody is looking for information and you provide that information, but it's at a cost, you have to register for it, and that's their first engagement with you, our research shows that you're losing roughly a quarter to a third of that purchase intent. We've talked a bit about the mediocre content and the amazing content, and you're eventually going to get to the place where you have that star piece of content that is performing well, and it's getting lots of engagement, and it's driving results for your business. But the challenge that I see, or the mistake that a lot of companies are making, is they say, hey, there's this star content, let's try to replicate that. No, just use it more. You know, if you have, this is what I loved about Wood Rebels, if you have a video that you've created, do a behind the scenes of what it took to make the video, and have somebody actually take an interview and write it down and put it in print, and do a couple of, like an image series on Instagram of what the video star was doing, and use the heck out of it. When you have finally put the investment and the resource, and you have tested this thing and you have proven that it will resonate, use it. If you're going to create a big quarterly report on the state of content marketing, great. Do infographics, do a webinar around it, do some influencer outreach, do a blog post, do a podcast, do a video, do whatever it is, because when you are trying to earn that engagement from that potential customer, they may or may not watch a video. They may or may not read long-form articles. They may or may not subscribe to print. They may or may not be on any of the social channels that you have just described. So your job as a content marketer is just to make sure that when you have a piece that really rocks, that you are making that piece available in whatever format your audience chooses to engage with it in, right? So tactical tips. I was asked to provide tactical tips. Know who your audience is. Speak directly to them. Make them feel like what you are putting out there was designed specifically for them. Test, optimize, repeat. Test, optimize, repeat. It is worth your time. And target effectively. All of these social platforms have different ways of targeting. LinkedIn has its own way of targeting, lots of firmographic data, but do it at scale. If you're targeting an audience of 10,000 people, you're wasting your time. You're going to get 2 clicks out of it, no meaningful data.
How can people utilize the more social component side of LinkedIn?
For starters, marketers need to look beyond just that click-through rate and learn that the engagements, the social engagements that come off of their posts do actually have a bottom line impact to their business. Mm-hmm. We see that the same piece of content coming from an employee will get a 2 times higher click-through rate than the same piece of content coming from a brand. There is very much a numbers-proven social validation that happens when an article or a case study comes from a human being as opposed to a company. Yes. So understanding the value of the social action and the earned media is a component of it. And the other component is understanding the power of your employee base. On a platform like LinkedIn, where all of your employees are putting out on their profile who they work for, when they write something on the publishing platform or share something, that will immediately tie back to your company because there's no separation there. Yeah.